Hi, welcome to today's series where we will be using the soft ball. This is one of my favorite props to use in a mat environment. It just provides so much support, gives a lot of challenge, and is so easy to use. So we're going to begin in a seated position with 1 foot behind and 1 foot in front. Now, if you are unable to sit like this, then your options are to sit with both legs crossed or even come up into high kneeling, a low kneel position. So you choose the variation of your leg that feels the best. We're going to place your hand onto the ball and then going away to the leg that's folded behind you if you've got your leg in that orientation. Nice big side stretch over and then bringing it back. So using just a little bit of effort to push the ball away, and your eyes and your chest are going to be looking forward in front. We'll just do one more like that. Nice reach over, creating a big side stretch from your underhip all the way over towards your fingers, and then returning in. So we'll change our legs to the opposite side. So seeing if you can do that without using your hands is a bit of a challenge. And then we'll go again to the second side. Now, perhaps you will feel one way easier than the other. And that's pretty normal because, as you know, we do most things in our life on one side. So left or right-handed, left or right dominant. Last one like this, and then coming all the way back up. We're going to transition into a kneeling position. So onto all fours we go. Remember, your stable points are your hands under your shoulders and knees under the hips. Bring the ball just a little bit closer towards you, and then placing your left hand palm facing up onto the ball, and then start to roll the ball away to the side and then coming back up. So you've got that same feeling as we just did in our seated shape of pushing the ball away, creating a movement through your spine. So this is a rotation movement here as we go through and get a nice long reach and stretch to the opposite direction. We'll switch our sides over, so palm faces up on the right, bending into the left elbow as you twist to the left and then coming back up. So remembering always to recollect yourself at your tall position or your starting shape, making sure that the movement feels like it begins and it ends in the same place. Last one as we do this one, and then bringing it all the way back. We're going to slip the ball between the knees and then taking your feet into a flexed position behind you. So strong through the upper body, we're going to hover the knees just away from the mat and then lower it back down. I love the ball between the knees because it helps to keep a really good connection around the pelvis. So as you're coming up, you'll feel this deep line of your belly engaging. And as we're lifting up, I like to make sure that you don't go too high, because if you do, you're going to lose this benefit of that lower engagement. So the ball helping to keep the leg organization, but also actively working through up the pelvic floor, through the deeper abdominals, and then down. So we're going to add on to our movement. We're going to hold up and we're going to squeeze the ball for 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then lowering the legs down. We're going to do a second round like that. So if you need to do less, you do less. And again, we're coming up, hover and squeezing. So when you squeeze, you don't want to feel like you're popping the ball, but you're feeling smooth movement of the two thighs coming in and working equal pressure to both sides. 2, 1, and then lowering it all the way down. Keeping the ball where it is, we're going to take ourselves into a stretch backwards. So the knees lift up, you let the heels lower toward the floor or as best as you can. And then we come forward again onto a hover and stretch the hips up, lower the heels down. And then again, coming through into your half position and push back 3. And returning in, keeping the hands steady on the floor is going to work through the shoulder joints as well as working through the hips, the knees, and the ankles. Full body movement. And last one, stretching backward and then coming all the way forward again. From here, we're just going to take that ball and place it onto the mat as you swing yourself around. So this time, as we come down, we want that ball to be placed somewhere around your middle of your shoulders. And I say somewhere because everyone's going to feel it like it needs to go either higher or lower. So grab a hold of your hands to support your head, and then going into a back bend stretch. I think this is one of my favorite things to do with this ball. And then curl the head and shoulders forward. So you won't feel very much stress in this movement. It really is a relax. You let gravity help you. You let the ball support you. And then curling up even doesn't feel that too challenging. So we're going to do a couple more like this. And we're going to use this as an image for when we do the next set without the ball there. So feeling the fluidity of your body going over the ball, and then the ease in coming up away from the ball. One more time as we roll over, opening into the chest, and then bringing yourself forward. From here, we're just going to do a little tip off to the side, and then take the ball out and place it between the knees. We take the hands again behind the back of the head. Elbows are just lifted off of the side of you, and we're going to roll the head and chest forward. So again, can you imagine that the ball was behind the back of your body as you do this movement? Use your breath out as you curl yourself up, and then breathing in as you lower yourself down. And then repeating that just 2 more times. Use the base of your hands against the base of the skull to support the weight of your head. We don't want to use your neck muscles excessively here. You want to really feel like you're lengthening through the back of the spine as you come up. We're going to come up and hold the position lifted. And from here, we're going to twist towards the left and squeeze into the ball with the left knee, back in the middle, and then squeeze to the right knee as you wrap to that side, to the center, and then lowering your body back down. And then repeating, but we change sides. So curl up. Now twist to the right and squeeze the right. Twist to the left and squeeze the left. Back to the center, and then returning to the ground. We'll do that one more time each side. So curling up first, then do the twist to the left, then cross over to the right, back into the middle, and then down we go. We've got one more to go. Really enjoy the slowness of this movement. We don't want to do things fast. When we work fast, it means we're using our more global muscles, the big moving muscles. And while you think that's good, it actually isn't, because we need the layering of being able to bring the smaller muscles into play first. Bring your arms down, bring your feet in a little narrower. And from here, we're going to send the hips up into the air, creating a nice length from knees to shoulders. Send the arms over, reaching behind you, and then rolling the body back down, bringing the arms to your side. Just another 2 like that as we bring the pelvis up, and then take the arms over. Roll the pelvis to the floor, and bring the arms to your side. Last time as we lead the hips away from the mat, sending the arms behind, bringing everything down, and then returning the arms. From here, we're going to drop the ball down underneath your left foot. So as we are in this position, you just want to make sure that you don't put too much pressure onto the ball surface. So just a light hold. And from here, we're just going to start to stretch the leg away from you and then pull the leg back in. And we'll do that one more time, pressing away and coming back. So as we progress through the next move, if it doesn't feel good in the full version, this is where you're going to come back to. So when you're ready, we're taking ourselves up into the air, bringing ourselves into a bridge. So we've got 4 as we press the leg out and pull the leg in, maintaining the strength through the right side as your left leg is moving away and coming back. And then one more time, press it out, pull it in, and then lower your body back towards the floor. So we're going to move on, just making sure that ball is in a good position for your foot. You can always reposition as you need. Send the arms up. So I like to put palms to face in. You might like to change the arms to face different. And then same series, coming up, hold the position, and here we go for 4 stretches out and in. So do your best to feel strong in the standing leg and light in the moving leg. And one more time, reach, and then bringing your body all the way back down. So we're going to take the ball over towards the right foot, and we're going to stay on the ground again. So pelvis is low, and we just do 2 times, pushing that ball out away from you and bringing it back. It's important to establish the pathway of what you want to do, because when you're in the air, you don't have as much information coming back to you from the back of the body. So this is a good way to just sort of prep you into it. Again, make sure you feel comfortable on the top of that ball. Arms are resting down, and we're going to raise the pelvis and hold your height, and then push the leg out for 4. So again, the smoothness of the movement is what we're after. We're looking for length in the leg. Your hip is going to feel like it wants to drop down. Your image is to keep it staying buoyant and lifted, and then lowering your body back towards the floor. Again, reset, because that ball will go all over the place. And arms are up, palms face in, and then we're taking the hips to the ceiling. And then how light can you be on the ball as you stretch it away and pull it back, and reach and return. 2 more. Feel strong in the left standing leg. And last one, out and in, and then down we come, and return the ball now between the knees. So from this position, we're going to open your arms out to the side and bring your knees up into the air. So going for a little lowering of the legs through the center and back up. Now, the aim is to keep ribs and pelvis in connection with each other. So if you go down and your ribs flare and your back arches, then you're not doing it as well as you could be. So it doesn't matter what the range is. Maybe you touch, maybe you don't. Maybe today is the day, maybe today's not the day. It doesn't matter, as long as you're feeling supported around your center and not gripping through your neck. Hold here. We send the ball to the left side, both knees holding in, and then back through the middle, and both knees towards the right and back through the center. Another 2 times to each side in this movement. So getting a little rotation through the lower body, flipping the pelvis from one side to the other. All right, and then taking it over towards the right side, hold it here, go down around towards the left. And then pause there and go down, around, and towards the right. Making a little semicircle with your movement. And again to the right side. And we'll finish off coming across towards the left, and then back through to the center and holding here. We're going to take the ball to the backs of your knees, and then just squeezing gently onto the ball. Hold at the tops of your thighs. Curl the head and shoulders forward, and from here, keep the bind of the legs and the bind of the arms, and bring yourself up into sitting nice and tall. And then roll the pelvis backward, letting the feet start to slide in, hovering them off, and imprinting your back down nice and slowly. Breath at the bottom, and again curve the top of the head forward. Push down with the feet and keep those elbows slightly bent is what's going to get you up into position. If you kick the legs away, if you stretch the arms away, you're not going to find the holding shape. And then one more time as we make our way all the way back up into the seated shape at the top. From here, we're going to come into our final move, which is a stretch. So bringing yourself up into kneeling, we're going to place the ball in front of your left thigh and bring your right foot forward. So you've got your foot a little further forward than normal. And then from there, you're going to lean your body to the front, creating a nice stretch down the front of your left thigh, and then bringing yourself back. I like to have my hands just resting onto the front knee as I do the lunge forward and backward. Watch that you don't tip in your lower back, so you don't want to arch your lower back and throw your hips forward. You want the whole body to be traveling towards the same direction. So from here, we're going to do a little spin. Your foot comes in, your knee slightly angles out, and then same action, traveling to the front and to the back. So we've got 3 of these. So just feeling different parts of your muscles, getting different stretches based off of how your leg is arranged. And last one. This one coming up is our more challenging one. So just check with your balance. You're going to swing your foot out and your knee will slightly come in. Like I said, check that balance. And then just rearrange your legs as you need to. And then traveling towards the front, we're opening up different lines of tension in your leg. So when you do this well, you'll feel a little bit of support on the opposite glute as you create the sense of release down the front of the leg. And then standing yourself back up. All right, let's switch to the opposite sides. So ball at the front, foot in front. And then from here, we're going to go into that slide forward shape. So every side feels different, as you know. So when we're doing this, just check the alignment of your leg. You don't want to feel like your lower leg is tucked in yet or out. We still want that good position of knee to heel. And then traveling in, we'll do that little slip. So foot comes in, knee angles slightly out. So as you're going into the stretch now, you're going to feel like it's a little broader through the front of the pelvis. And it is. So half of your pelvis is facing forward and the other half is making a nice opening out to the side. So we've got a lot of muscles that are around the hip area. Everyone's just obsessed with the hip flexor. It's not only that, your inner thighs are there, your turnout leg muscles are helping as well. So many things going on. All right, let's twist the leg into the opposite direction. So again, don't overdo the twist, just to a new perspective so that as you're coming forward, you feel something you weren't feeling in the others. And back. 2 more as we travel forward and back. And then last time traveling in and all the way back. All right, I'm going to leave you with that today. Enjoy the series. I hope you feel fabulous. And always, if you'd like to leave a comment that's of use and consideration, then do so. And I will see you in the next video.